What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Let's Just Be Real podcast. I'm your host, Marissa Tong. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for tuning into another episode. Happy Sunday. If you're listening to this on a Sunday, I am so excited, number one, for just spring and this new season. It's Aries season. It's time to get spicy. It's time to turn it up a notch. We're going to talk about all the things. We have so much to talk about, but we are back to 2 episodes a week, which is fun. So if you've been a listener of the podcast for a while, you know we started with 2 episodes weekly. We used to do Tuesday, Friday for like a really long time. And then once I moved to Cali, just the whole moving process and adjusting to new life, new schedule, new everything, I was just like, okay, we're going to do once a week because that's what I can put out energetically and, have time to edit and everything like that. So I finally feel a little bit more settled and just ready to get back to 2 episodes. So I hope that you guys are just as happy and excited that I am. And I'm just really excited to chat with you guys. I had to check that my mic was on because this might be bugging out. But yeah, I am sitting down on my floor today. I'm cozy. I just came back from a dance class. I'm recording this on Saturday, by the way, so that I can get it out to you guys on time on Sunday. That's also a really big goal for me this spring, just putting things out on time, like in a timely manner, showing up for myself on time, being on time for things, for events, for work, for classes. Like that's been a big struggle for me most of my life, but especially like moving here, just getting acquainted with like where I'm going. One thing I'm going to talk about, and like it's kind of like a lesson, and we're going to be talking about today. I know I'm all over the place, but we have like life updates, we have like things I want to talk about related to my Substack. But one thing I want to talk about mainly is the idea of changing your perspective. So if you guys are subscribers to my Substack, I sent something out yesterday, and basically I was just talking about like having appreciation for your life, having appreciation for where you are versus where you were, where you once were, where you came from, the struggles that you once had to deal with, and comparing that to where you are now. Because yes, we all deal with life circumstances that are really challenging at times, and we don't know how we're going to get out of it, or we don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. So it could just feel really isolating and just really dark, and just, it's hard to pull yourself out of it is what I'm saying. So I wrote about basically changing your perspective, which starts with changing your mindset and taking action steps to feel better about your life. So I'll give you guys an example because this is perfect. It literally happened to me today. So I was heading to class. So I signed up for Kira Harper's class. I don't know if you guys know her, but she is a super talented, well-known choreographer based in LA. She's done work for Victoria Monet. I believe she's done work for Beyonce as well. So she's been around in the game for a while. So I took her class a couple years ago in New York. So I was really excited when I saw that she was popping up in San Diego. So I'm like, oh my God, lit. Like I just moved here. This is great. Like I'm trying to get back into training. So I signed up for the class, whatever. I saw that the class was being held at this studio where I know they have 2 locations. I've never been to either of them, but I know one of them is literally right by where I'm teaching right now. So I was like, okay, cool. Like I know how long it's going to take for me to get there. I know exactly where it is. Cool. I'm going to give myself time. So me thinking that, everything's smooth. So I literally give myself like 30 minutes to get there or whatever. And I go to open the email just to like double check the address, and I pull it up in my Google Maps and I see that it's going to take me 40 minutes to get there. So I'm like, what? Like, this is crazy. So it was actually the studio that was like way further up north than the location where I thought it was. So I'm like, shit. So it literally had me arriving like 20 minutes late. So I'm like, oh my God, like I'm gonna be late. Like this is crazy. Everybody gonna be staring at me. Like this is a bad impression. And just like a dancers, we already get in our heads before class, before anything even happened, before we took a freaking 8 count. We're just in our heads. So I'm like, damn, I really wanted to be on time. I wanted to get a good spot, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like in my head. So first thought that pops up is, damn, maybe you shouldn't go. Maybe you should just stay home because you're about to look like Boo Boo the Fool. This is mad far. This shit is in Encinitas. So I'm just like in my head now. I immediately switch to my higher self and I'm like, bitch, just get in the car and go. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, you signed up for this class, you paid for the class, you're excited for the class, you've been looking forward to this all week. Yeah, you're gonna be a couple minutes late, but like, honey, you are still going to be there. You're still going to get as much as you can out of class. And it was a 2 hour class. So it's like I was still going to get at least 90 minutes worth of class. So I'm like, girl, just get in the car. So I get in the car and I just enjoyed the ride. I was like, I'm not going to stress myself out. Like, what is the point of being stressed and anxious while I'm already on my way to take the class? Like, I'm already in the car, I'm already heading there. I made up my mind that I'm going to be there. So why am I going to torture myself with negative thoughts and anxiety when I'm already on my way there? So I'm like, let me just enjoy the ride. It was a beautiful ride up north. I was like taking in all the scenery. I've never ridden to Encinitas, and there's so much to explore, number one, in San Diego, and just like moving here. So I was like, let me just enjoy the fact that I get to explore outside of where I'm used to, or like where I have been, or where I think the studio is, and get outside of my comfort zone because that's why I moved here in the first place. So I was able to shift my perspective in literally a second. Okay. All it takes is a second to switch your mindset and to focus on a more positive thought and to just like enjoy your life. Like, what reason did I have to be miserable or upset? Like, okay, cool. I thought it was at the wrong studio, but I can still make it, right? I have a car, right? This is when we start to go into gratitude mode, right? We can start to tap into gratitude. Like, I have my car, that's a blessing, right? The sun is out, that's a blessing. I have my heels, that's a blessing. Oh my God, y'all. So I just bought a brand new pair of professional dance heels from Burju Shoes, and I am completely obsessed. These are not only fashionable, but they're completely, absolutely comfortable. They're so lightweight, they fit my foot like a glove, and my feet are just completely happy. Versus when I first started taking heels classes and teaching heels classes, I was just picking up random heels from department stores, and they were killing my feet. My feet would be swollen, I would have blisters, they would scuff up the floor at the dance studio. So I'm so happy that I came across Burju Shoes. These are without a doubt the best heels in the industry, and a few celebrities including Chloe Bailey, J-Lo, and Megan Thee Stallion have been spotted wearing these during their big performances, so you know they're good. You absolutely need to invest in yourself this year and stop wasting your money on shoes that will only last you a week, girl, okay? If you're looking to level up and get into your heels bag and, just build your confidence, you're gonna need the right shoes. So these shoes will completely level up your dancing and help build your confidence because you're not worried about how your feet feel. Me and my clients have been wearing Burju shoes for a few years, and I'm honestly never gonna switch back. Like, I would never switch back to a department store heel, okay, honey? These shoes are lightweight, stylish, durable, and they come in a variety of different heel heights and styles for every different type of dance. The service is incredible, and if you need to exchange a size, they'll quickly help you do that. I do recommend ordering one full size up since these shoes are meant to hug your foot. So check out the amazing selection at burjushoes.com. Use my discount code RISFITKitty. That's RISSFITKITTY to save some cash on your next purchase. And let's get to dancing. I'm prepared. I'm fed, right? I fed myself. I made sure I had energy for this class. So that's when you can tap into those feelings of gratitude when we are starting to feel like, oh my God, this is happening to me and blah, blah, blah. It's like, take yourself out of that victim mentality and start to appreciate what you have and where you are. Okay. So that's a perspective for us. And something that I really wanted to talk about today is just the fact that we're always going to be challenged. The universe literally challenges us on purpose. Okay. Like, I think I wrote in my Substack, like, think about it as like we are just these Legos, like these Lego toys that are playing the game of the universe. Like we're literally just pieces of chess or whatever, Polly Pockets, whatever you want to call it, whatever type of toy you like. Okay. We're like the Sims. We're literally in a simulation, and challenges are going to come continuously, whether that's every freaking month, every 6 months, every year, every 3 years. It's going to be something. It's always going to be something. So when you are mentally prepared to always deal with something, right? It's always something. Then you can have that calm peace of mind, right? To know like, okay, this challenge is coming, especially during Mercury in the microwave. Okay, we haven't even talked about the astrology that's happening right now. Like we had a literal solar eclipse today as I'm recording this. Yesterday, if you guys are listening on Sunday, we literally just had a solar eclipse. We had 2 eclipses in a month, okay? So the world is literally shifting. The world is literally changing for our highest good. That's how we have to think about it though. We have to think about like not, oh my God, it's a solar eclipse. Oh my God, it's Mercury retrograde. Oh my God, everything is going wrong. Oh my God, technology. Oh my God, I'm late for this and I got the wrong address, blah, blah, blah. Like, sure, great. Yeah. Mercury's in retrograde. What are you gonna do? Yeah, you're late. What are you gonna do? Yeah, your internet's down. What are you going to do? It's like, let's shift the focus. Let's shift to a higher vibration, a different thought, a different thought. So once we know that these challenges are going to come, they're going to be present, things are always going to pop up, we can at least be ready, mentally prepared, right? Especially when you've gone through harder things. You know, like something I like to think about is I've been through harder things. Like I literally have proof of it. And I haven't even talked about a lot of the things I've gone through, but I literally have proof. I have proof in my journals. I have proof in my mind, in my memories, right? Conversations that I've had with my friends, my therapist, all of that, right? And I can look back and I can be like, damn, like you really were not in a great place at this time in your life. But now you are in a better place, right? Even though you still have challenges, you still have things that you have to face and you have decisions that you need to make and you have things that you need to work on with yourself. I think that's always going to be the case though. As humans, we always are going to have things to work on. So why not just work on them and choose to be happy? Find pockets of joy, find things to make you happy, get into hobbies and activities and get outside, get in nature, get some sun on your freaking face. Okay, go take a dance class. Whatever it is that's going to bring you joy, that's what we need to tap into. So if we're constantly just focused on the negative, focus on the challenges, focus on what's coming our way, and we're not focused on, wow, perspective. I get to dance today. I'm late, but at least I get to show up for this class. At least I had money for this class. At least I have gas in my car to go take this class, right? So, what are you choosing? Which mindset are you going to choose? Because it really comes down to choice every single day. It's up to you. Are you going to choose the negative thought or the positive thought? Are you going to choose gratitude? Or are you going to choose pity and victim mindset? Are you going to choose lack or abundance? Which one? So it's always up to you. It's always up to you. Us humans, we have autonomy. We have choices that we can make every single day. Every single day, you have a choice of how you want to show up, how you want to show up, how you want to treat other people, how you want to treat yourself, how you want to talk to yourself, how you want to talk to other people, how you want to view your life. Some affirmations that I've been saying in the morning when I wake up are, I appreciate my life. I love this life that I am building. I'm very thankful to have this life. Things are always working out for me. Things are always getting better. I am constantly improving and growing and evolving and changing. Just make up your own affirmations. Like we overthink affirmations a lot. It's like, oh, I have to go find them. And I love guided affirmations. I do them myself. I make them available to you guys. But it doesn't always have to be seeking out other people's affirmations. It could be you just writing them down, you just saying the thought, saying the feeling that you are trying to tap into. So if you're feeling lack, tap into abundance. What are the affirmations that are going to help you do that? Make them up, write them down, tap into the feeling, say them out loud. I think a Another joy killer is comparison, right? Comparison, comparing ourselves to people on social media, comparing ourselves to strangers, comparing ourselves to people in dance class, if you're a dancer, comparing ourselves to people that we work with, right? Coworkers, people who are going for the same position as us or in the same fields or whatever the case, right? Just comparison in general. When we are comparing ourselves and when we are focusing on what other people are doing versus what we're doing, we're literally taking the energy away from ourselves and putting that towards other people. So now we're allowing them to get the shine, we're allowing them to show up bigger, right? In our eyes and our mind, instead of putting that energy literally into yourself. Why would you not put that energy into yourself? Like, think about the time and the space that you're wasting, the space in your mind, the thoughts in your mind, the words in your mind, right? These are all things that you could be doing. This is all time that you could be spending perfecting your craft, working on yourself, showing up for yourself, showing up bigger, showing up better, taking the time to really work on yourself. So, I want to encourage y'all to show up for yourself, okay? Ladies, it is officially glow up season. Spring is here, and if you're feeling anything like I'm feeling, I am so ready to just pour into myself, to create new routines, to wake up earlier. I don't know, like this new energy is just coming over me. And I know how important it is for me to take time for myself in order for me to reach my goals, have energy to give to others, and to really just do my job, to show up to this podcast, to teach dance classes. It's really important for me to take time to recharge. That's the reason why I created Real Hot Retreats, because more women need to understand the importance of taking a break, taking time to really just be with themselves, to be with other women, to soak up nature. And so I want to invite you to take a little bit of time for yourself this year and come on one of my next retreats. If you're looking to tap more into your feminine energy, to soften up, to really heal from things that you might have gone through in the past couple years, I would highly recommend the Goddess Retreat in Greece. So we're going to be spending a few nights in Mykonos and then hopping over to the beautiful island of Andros to get some real, authentic Greek living experience. This is going to be so fun. We're going to be doing dance classes. We have journaling workshops. We're going to be exploring Greece, soaking up the goddess energy that these islands have to offer. This is going to be an amazing time for you to really just soften, to be with yourself, to connect with who you truly are, and to prepare for this next season of your life. Spring is a really good time to rebirth, to renew, to restore. And what's a better place to do that other than Greece? So I want to invite you to come travel with me from May 7th to the 13th. We do have a few spots still available. So if you're interested in booking, you can actually get $200 off this month with the code Women's Month. It is Women's Month, okay? So I want to give y'all a little incentive to do something for yourself. Take some time for yourself. You deserve it, okay? And if you're not able to travel with us this May, then we do have the Unmasking Retreat coming up in Seattle, Washington. That's going to be from August 8th to 11th. Now, this is a retreat specially curated for women of color, so Black, Brown, Hispanic, Asian, Indian women who are in marginalized groups. You know, they deal with a lot of things on the day-to-day, whether that means discrimination, whether that looks like not getting the same opportunities or the same pay as other people, or just having to deal with other people's nasty comments or energies, or maybe just not finding a safe space to truly be yourself and to show up as yourself. That's what this retreat is for. It's about removing the mask, showing up truly as yourself, being able to release, being able to let yourself just be and heal and enjoy. us women of color, especially Black women, we really need more joy into our lives. We take on a lot, right, energetically, but also just taking on roles in the households and always being the person to do everything, the person to show up for everyone. So this is a retreat for you to just come and be taken care of and receive that princess treatment that we are talking about all season, okay? So come treat yourself. Use that same code for $200 off Women's Month. And I hope to see you there. All right, back to the show. When you really tap in and you really lock in, right? Go back to previous episode that came out this week with my girl Linny, right? We were talking about locking in and getting serious about your craft, getting serious about the way that you show up, getting serious about whatever it is that you're trying to do, right? So when you really lock in, it's like you have no time to be even focusing on other people because what you're doing is priority. What you're doing is important. What you're doing is that's the main focus, right? That's the main thing. And it might sound selfish to a lot of people, and good, whatever you want to call it. If you want to call it selfish, cool. But remember, this is your life. Okay, this is your life. It's not a game. It's not a game. And I think most of us, yes, we need to have more fun and joy, right? But we also need to take ourselves a little bit more serious, right? How are we showing up? What are we really doing? What are you really spending your time on? What are you really spending your time on? You say you want to be that girl, but are you really showing up as that girl? Are you really being that girl? Or are you just pretending to be that girl on social media? But like, what are you doing outside of social media? Like, how are you really showing up for yourself? It's not about what we post or how we show up and make other people feel or the illusion that we put on. I don't even think this camera's straight, but it's not about the illusion. It's about the things that we do outside of what people are seeing, the things that we're doing in private, the things that we're doing on our own when nobody is cheering us on. So we're gonna wrap this episode here because I'm having issues with my freaking storage right now. Like I have so much things to edit and that's the problem. So I want to thank you guys so much for being here, for tuning in. Yeah, I can't wait to chat with you guys more this season. We have a lot to talk about. We have another guest episode coming out this Wednesday. And yeah, be on the lookout for that. If you guys are in Jersey or San Diego, I would love to dance with y'all. If you're in San Diego, if you're in Jersey, my team has a full schedule of classes in Richfield, so pull up. We also have online classes. There's a nice discount code for you guys in the show notes if you're a listener of the show. So yeah, we have our retreats coming up. Really excited to travel with y'all, to glow up with y'all this year. Follow us on social, subscribe to our YouTube channel and our Instagram. Follow us over on Instagram, and we'll see you on another episode. Thank you guys so much. Take care, y'all. Happy Sunday.